This is the legendary Scunny Mick, who previously has toured the Rolling Stones, Metallica, and now me. It's a natural progression. Saved my tour. Please give Mick a round of applause. When I get my religion, I'm gonna join a Baptist church. When I get my religion, I'm gonna join a Baptist church. So I don't never have to worry. Well, I wish I had me one of my own. Well, I wish I had me heaven of my own. Then I'd give that little girl I've been loving a long, 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 long happy home. Went to church, preacher preaching, congregation congregating. The preacher looked at me and he said, Siegal, for that is your name. What are you doing in my church? I said, it's Easter Sunday, man. All the bars are closed. And I heard you might have some good red wine. And he laughed. He said, no, man. We're Baptists. We have no alcohol. We have no fun at all. You want the Catholics down the road? They got all the good red wine. And if you're really, really good, they might give you a cookie. As I've been telling people on this tour, that joke went down very badly in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Belfast, and Edinburgh. And I still won't stop doing it. Started laughing. You got to live it so God can use you anywhere, anytime. You got to live so God can use you anywhere now, anytime. You got to walk so God can use you anywhere, anytime. You got to walk so God can use you anywhere now, anytime. shout so God could use you anywhere now, anytime. You got to shout so God could use you anywhere now, anytime, anywhere now, anytime, anywhere now, anytime. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move. When the Lord, He get ready, you gotta move. You gotta move. You may be high, you may be low, you may be rich, child, you may be poor. Oh, when the Lord, He get ready, you gotta move. You gotta move. Thank you. This is one I always tell pretty much the same story with this song because it's true, and all my stories are. This one came about because I was in Brazil and on a farm for 5 days, and the farmer made moonshine out of every fruit that he grew, including figs, and I enjoyed his fig moonshine a lot. And he gave me a bottle when I left, and he put a label on it, and it said Ian Siegal's moonshine. He'd handwritten it, and I thought, well, that's sweet. You know, he's made up a special bottle for me. And he said, no. All of our fig moonshine now is called Ian Siegal's moonshine. For all time. Proudest day of my life. You can keep your blues award. But it also reminded me of an old song that I used to hear my granddad playing around the house on, he didn't play an instrument, he played it on what he called his long playing records. LPs to you and me. And it was a song by the Furies. It's my Irish granddad, he used to play this song by the Furies. And yeah. Not long before he passed away, I asked him what he wanted for his birthday, and he said, well, don't buy me any long playing records. Still makes me laugh today. Well, I've been a moonshiner for 17 long years, and I spend all of my money on whiskey and beer, and I go to a hollow and sad to a barroom, and I drank with my friends, where the women can't follow, and they can't see what I spend. God bless you, pretty woman. I wish you were mine. Oh, your breath is as sweet as the dew on the vine. Bring me food when I'm hungry, whiskey when I'm dry, a pretty woman when I'm lonely, religion when I'm gonna die. This whole world is a battle, only life ain't nothing but a dram. Oh, when the battle is empty, it ain't worth a damn. I've been a moonshiner. I've been a moonshiner. I've been a moonshiner. I'll take a little break, change the string, come back and play a lot more for you. Thank you. Muchas gracias. This is one I recorded out in Mississippi. It was 110 degrees outside when I recorded this. That's about 48 Celsius. From the rivers to the mountains, coast to shining coast, a silver line of mercury was lining like a ghost. You can hear me in the grasslands, feel me in the trees, moving through the valleys like a wayward summer breeze. You can sense me in the atmosphere across the dusty plain. Yeah, I'm not the stations, I'm not the stops, I'm the train. Well, privy priests and politicians, secular and sane, the in and all the long haul from the cradle to the grave. You can ask them where you're going, and they'll tell you where they've been. They're all pugilists and pirates underneath the skin that don't make a world of difference. Sacred or profane, I'm not the tickets on the tracks on the train. There's a little yellow idol, green and red ones too, burning on the roadside from here to Kalamazoo. While 100 million effigies are burning across the land like many heartfelt messages delivered by my hand. I've seen triumphs, I've seen tragedies through the pouring rain. Yeah, I remember Black Foam, all the Pastor Joe. whistle, hear me whine. I'm moving down the line to you. Come on now, hear me rumble, hear me grind. See my light come shining through. I've got stones in my pathway. Can't you feel my pain? I'm not the, oh, but I am the train. I only play this song so I can do that. I may have told you this before, I forget, you know, what I've said and where, but I love this. See, I used to play that thing wrong. I used to play it, which most people play it like that. But did you hear there's one wrong note? That one, that's the sexy note. There through all the pestilence, there through hours of need, driven by your opulence and driven by your greed. You were master, you were slave. See the blood upon your hands. I was built by stolen labor that you took from foreign lands. I shone a beacon in the darkness, cast a light upon your sin. You squeezed out all the juice and now you're doing it again. It's gonna drive you to distraction, gonna drive you clean and sane. I'm not the stations, I'm not the stops, I'm the train. Yes, I'm not the sidings, I'm not the blinds. Train. The mean old fireman, the cruel old engineer, yeah. I am the train. That's a very low note. Thank you. But I hate it. No, thank you. I wrote that one for Bob Dylan. No idea, though. No idea. This song has a story that goes with it too, and I don't want to talk too much between songs because I know it gets boring and I can feel you shifting in your seats. But about 10 years ago, 11 years ago in fact, I was asked to write a song for the Soldiers charity Help for Heroes, which is very precious to me. And there was to be a concert at Cadogan Hall in Chelsea. And it's just, it's like a reflex. And the concert with myself, Paul Jones, Matt Schofield, a few others. And so in order to write the song, I wanted to get some inspiration. I went up to Edinburgh and spent 3 days with the 3rd Rifle Regiment, which was life-changing for me. It was absolutely terrifying, heartbreaking. I found out, and I honestly think a lot of the British public don't know this, that the soldiers pay rent and they pay for their food. Did you know that? I fucking didn't. I was absolutely appalled. And I mean, more shocking things. And I mean, they took me to watch the young recruits, 17 years old, babies, training for landmines with metal detectors, knowing full well, Sergeant Major told me, he says, we know full well that the enemy has non-metallic mines, but we send them out with metal detectors. He says, that's why we send the 17-year-olds out first. Yeah, stuff like that. Shocking, absolutely shocking. Now, the army, the senior officers wanted me to write a nice positive song. I didn't come out of it with a very positive experience. The only positive thing that happened was I beat all the soldiers at pool and won all their money. So that was pretty great. But after 3 days, I didn't have a song. What I got was the piss taken out of me and my snakeskin boots, mostly by soldiers. Soldiers don't tell personal stories, so I didn't get anything from them. So I was on the train, coming home from Edinburgh to London, direct to the gig. And I had to write the song somehow. I dragged a song out of nowhere. Got to the show, stuck with some gaffer tape the song to my monitor and sang it. People liked it. Not the senior officers, but most people liked it. And, but then at the end of the night, I looked for my lyrics and they were gone. Lost forever, I thought. And then last year, they turned up because a friend of mine passed away. He was a BBC cameraman. He was filming that show and someone found one of his old films and it had that song on it. And you could hardly hear what I was singing because it was a distant microphone. But anyway, I managed to cobble the song together. So it's on my new record. That's a very long story. This song better be fucking good now. Unfortunately, it is. Well, it's over the hills and far away. The man demands and they'll obey. We bury our heads and turn away. Hope it all works out. You say you joined up to lend a hand. It's a proud profession, almost fully manned. But sometimes it's hard to understand what it's all about. Here's to the words unspoken. Here's to the soldier's creed. Here's to the lies unbroken. Here's to the friends indeed. Here's to the ones not fallen, but whose battle's just begun. And it's onwards and upwards till the battle's won. Duty calls and they must go to stand and fight a different foe. The stakes are high, the pipes play low, the drums just won't stop beating. Poor old soldier, know yourself. You didn't get into this for your health. It's just the cards that you were dealt and history repeating. Here's to the words unspoken. Here's to the soldier's creed. Here's to the lies unbroken. Here's to the friends indeed. Here's to those not fallen, but whose battle's just begun. And it's onwards and upwards till the battle's won. When you can't see the colors for the shifting sands, or the dignity of your fellow man, raise your hands and raise your voice to those we've raised without a choice, but to turn their backs on City Street, where you can pull victory from defeat. You dodged a bullet that bore their name, but it's a daily battle just the same. It doesn't mean you just stop living, 'cause your life's turned upside down. And it's onwards and upwards until the battle's won. It's onwards and upwards until the work is done. It's onwards and upwards now till the work is done. Onwards and upwards until they're all back home. I gotta tell you, and I mean this sincerely, and you might think I say this every night, you say this to all the girls. But honestly, of this whole tour so far, and I'm 4 weeks in, I've got 5 weeks left, 8 countries, well, 5 countries left. Got 2 broken ribs in Denmark, don't ask, no I wasn't. But honestly, tonight has been my favorite show so far. There's still time to fuck it up. Still time to fuck it up. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just feels good. So thank you. Can't explain it. Don't need to. But I won't. Fucking won't. Yeah. My dear friend and great influence and hero, Alvin Youngblood Hart, played here last week, I believe, or the week before. Week before. April 19th, my dad's birthday. That's irrelevant. And see, Alvin is blues. That's blues. I don't like it. I mean, I know it's done with the best intentions. Thank you. Water? Good Lord. But you know, people call me blues man, or that say what I play is blues. No, it's not. I don't have the right DNA. You have to have different DNA, for one thing. Alvin's real blues, and if you saw him, you'll know how fucking astonishing he is. The connection with Alvin to this next song is I wrote it while I sat next to him. He ignored me the whole time. We were sitting on a porch in the woods in Mississippi, about to record a record which is available this evening, called The Picnic Sessions. And it all came about by coincidence. We played, him and me and Jimbo and the North Mississippi All-Stars and Burnsides, Kippers, Kenny Brown. We all played the Hill Country Picnic. And the next day we all had a day off. So I said, let's go in the studio and make an album. Now I forgot you need songs to make an album. And I managed to cobble together just about enough. But I needed one more, and the night before I wrote this one. And Alvin and I had discussed how we were talking about pirates. And I said, there's not enough songs about pirates and the blues and country music. I'd also picked up a nickname while I was there in Mississippi. People can't say Ian in Mississippi for some reason. I don't know why. They can in Alabama, they can in Georgia. They can in Tennessee, but in Mississippi, Ian appears to be a very difficult name to pronounce. I was called Ern quite often, or Ann. This is Ann. So someone said, where's he from? We'll call him that. And someone else said, he's from overseas. Well, we'll call him Overseas. So I was called Overseas for about a week. Where Overseas at? So I wrote the Talking Overseas Pirates Blues, and it does not go something like this. It goes exactly like this. Well, I spent my life traveling overseas with a low-down aching heart disease, with a mission for myself to find and trick that woman off my mind. But I failed. I guess I better keep on trying. Said the overseas blues ain't bad, but it can't be the overseas blues they had. Since I was a lad at the age of 3, I said that is the life for me. A pirate's life, that is. A buccaneer, if you will. Oh, shivery timbers. Now I traveled to the north and I traveled to the south to find out what all the fuss was about. I travel to the east and I travel to the west to forget about the girl I love the best. I even travel through time and space. started a song too fast. It's not the first time I've done this. Now, all you mothers with wayward sons, don't stop your boys from having their fun. So let them on the way, I'm begging you, please, ain't nothing wrong with going overseas. Oh, splice the main brace, whatever the fuck that is. Ahoy, me hearties! What's the worst that can happen? They might find buried treasure or something. X marks the spot. I said, jump aboard, we're getting out of here, unless you're some kind of mutineer. In which case, I can assure you that you're going to get a taste of the night or the cat. That's so. You're lucky you ain't getting keel hauled. I was planning to make this new album my last, to not record anything else after this, but it's when I play songs like this, written by Tom Russell, who's a friend of mine, great songwriter. But it makes me want to bring out one more album, and it's going to be called Songs I Do Better Than the Original. There's a reason I don't like being filmed at my shows. It's because of comments like that. And it's not that they're taken out of context, that's totally in context. I absolutely meant it, from the bottom of my heart. There you go, Tom. Suck on that. Carlos Zaragoza left his home in Casas Grandes when the moon was full. He had no money in his pocket, just a locket of his sister framed in gold. Going to Los Fuegos to steal a fighting bird named Gallo del Cielo. He crossed the Rio Grande with that rooster nestled underneath his arm. Gallo del Cielo was a warrior born in heaven, so the legend said. Both his wings had been broken. He had one eye rolling crazy in his head. He fought 100 fights, and a legend said that one night in El Fuego they fought Cielo 7 times, and 7 times he left brave roosters dead. Hola, my Teresa, I'm thinking of you now in San Antonio. I got $27 and a locket of your picture framed in gold. Tonight I'm gonna put it all on the fighting spurs of Gallo del Cielo. One day I will return to buy the land Fiasco from father long ago. Outside San Diego in the onion fields of Paco Monteverde, the pride of San Diego lay sleeping on a fancy bed of silk. They laughed when Zaragoza pulled the one-eyed del Cielo from underneath his hat. But they cried when Zaragoza walked away with $1,000 bill. Hola, my Teresa, I'm thinking of you now in Santa Barbara. I got $1,500 and a locket of your picture framed in gold. Tonight I'll put it all on Gallo del Cielo. One day I will return to buy the land via store from father long ago. The moon it went to hiding, and the lanterns lit shadows all across the sands. A wicked black rooster named Zorro faced del Cielo in the night. Carlos Zaragoza feared the tiny crack that ran across his rooster's beak. And he feared he lost the $50,000 he had riding on the fight. Oh, La Teresa, I'm thinking of you now in Santa Clara. All of my money's on the table, even the locket of your good luck framed in gold. Everything we've ever dreamed of is riding on Del Cielo. One day I will return to buy the land via snow from Father long ago. Yeah, the signal that was given, and the roosters rose together up above the sands. The Gallo del Cielo sank a gaff into Zaro's shiny breath. They were separated quickly and they rose and fought each other time and time again. Legend says that everyone agreed Del Cielo fought the best. But the screams of Zaragoza split the night outside of Santa Clara as the beak of Del Cielo lay broken like a shell in his hand. Carlos Zaragoza feared the tiny crack that Carlos Zaragoza screamed a curse on the bones of Pancho Villa when Zorro rose up one last time and drove Del Cielo to the sand. Oh, La Teresa, I'm dreaming of you now in San Francisco. All of my money is out my pocket, and I no longer have your locket framed in gold. I had to bury it last evening with the bones of my beloved Del Cielo. I will not return to buy the land via snow from Father long ago. Do the rivers still run muddy outside of my beloved Casas Grandes? Does the scar on my brother's face turn red at the very mention of my name? Do the people of El Sueco curse the theft of their beloved Del Cielo? Tell my family not to worry. For I will not return to cause them shame. Yes, thank you. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed I had a little moment there where I forgot the lyrics. And I'm going to, breaking down the fourth wall once again, I'm going to explain to you what happened. I was just sitting there complimenting myself in my head, thinking, fucking hell, you're really good at remembering lyrics. And I messed it up. That's what actually happened. Yeah. How do you remember all these words? Oh, fuck. I think he was being a little bit sarcastic. But anyway, when I play this, I'm thinking of Etta James. All alone at the end of the evening, when the bright lights faded to blue. Nice. I was thinking about a girl who might love me that I never knew. of the dreams that I've had lately. Keep turning out, burning out, turning out the same. Oh, won't you put me on a highway? Show me the sun. Take it to the limit one more time. You can spend all your time making money. You can spend all your love making time. But if it all falls to pieces tomorrow, darling, will you still be mine? If you're looking for freedom, nobody seems to care. You can't find the door, you can't find it anywhere. When there's nothing left to believe in. You're running back, coming back for more. Oh yeah, oh won't you put me on a highway? Show for me a sign. Take it to the limit one more time. Take it to the limit. Take it to the limit. Take it to the limit. One more time.
It's been a pleasure playing for you. Thank you. Thank you, Richard, for having me. Thank you, everyone, from the Tuesday Night Music Club. See you around.